It's the dream of every cricketer, the ultimate glory. Few manage to keep their date with destiny. But for many, it's been heartbreaks and a cross to bear. The Holy Grail is here in India. I'm Rupha Ramani, and Firstpost brings you the ringside view. We bring you the Cup of Dreams. Cricket World Cup coverage like never before.
The champion!
It's over!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hello and welcome. It's a festive Friday here today. I'm Rupha Ramani and you're watching Firstpost. Now, the Cricket World Cup is coming to an end. Just another week to go, but one title contender's World Cup journey is almost over. Pakistan cricket team has a huge task ahead, a near impossible one, for them to get a chance to feature in the semi-final. And though that is the case, they will play for pride. In fact, it's their pride that has received a severe beating, not just by their lack of consistent performances on the field, but also from various quarters off the pitch, who are making laughable claims, suggesting the tournament and India's matches are rigged. We will tell you more about that in just a bit, but today we also celebrate two cricketers who are at different phases in their career and their lives. One has had a second lease of life after a career-threatening injury and is turning up the heat at the Cricket World Cup. The other is a legend who has put a pause to the cricket career after leading the national side to a monumental run, winning a record 7 Cricket World Cup titles. All that and more on the show, but first a look at all the headlines from around the world in Sports 360. Indian wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant was seen practicing in Kolkata yesterday. Pant was seen batting in the nets with his Indian Premier League team, the Delhi Capitals. The cricketer has been out of action after he suffered major injuries due to a car accident in December last year. Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka will make a comeback to the sport. Osaka announced that she will compete at the Brisbane International Tournament in January next year. The 26-year-old has been away from the court since September 2022. Osaka had taken a maternity break from the sport after she said she was struggling with postpartum depression. World number 1 Novak Djokovic will play at the ATP World Finals starting next week. Serbian Djokovic will play his first group stage match against Norwegian Holger Rune. The tournament will be played in the Italian city of Turin starting from the 12th of November. Basketball star LeBron James is all set to get his own museum. Along with the digital multimedia experience, the museum will highlight the basketballer's journey from his childhood to being NBA's highest scoring player. The museum will open on the 25th of November in LeBron's hometown, Akron, in the American state of Ohio. And football, Uruguay striker Luis Suarez has confirmed his move to American club Inter Miami. This is as per the footballer's manager. The move comes after Suarez's former Barcelona teammate Lionel Messi urged Inter Miami's coach David Beckham to recruit the Uruguay striker. Suarez currently plays for Brazilian club Grêmio and will become a free agent next month. Now, the Pakistan cricket team has quite an uphill ask if they want to make it to the semi-final of the Cricket World Cup. They will have to chase unrealistic scenarios. Pakistan needs a run rate better than New Zealand, so to extend their stay in the tournament, which means they will have to win by 287 runs against England, and if they are to chase a target, they have to do so in 16 deliveries, or they will have to set a score of over 400 runs and bowl out England for 112. Well, only a miracle can really save Pakistan. A strong performance by the New Zealand team has pretty much shut the door on an India versus Pakistan semi-final at the Cricket World Cup. Pakistan was touted to be one of the strong contenders to win the title, and they have players in their ranks who could be match winners. But all the drama and the noise surrounding the team has possibly also played its part in a rather disappointing campaign by the Pakistanis in this edition. The slump started really with that match against India. It was not just the loss, but the manner in which the team lost to India in Ahmedabad that really shifted the momentum. The Pakistan cricket coach did not hesitate to slam the Board of Control for Cricket in India, or the BCCI, and the ICC, and went on to say that the lack of support for the team made it look like a BCCI event. The Pakistani coach also took an offence for not playing Dil Dil Pakistan before the match. It was after that the many reports emerged of a rift between the Pakistan Cricket Board, or the PCB, and the captain, Babar Azam. Reports came out that there was zero communication between the players and the PCB. That doesn't bode well in the middle of one of the most important tournaments. Former Pakistan captain Rashid Latif also came out with shocking claims that the players had not been paid for 5 months. PCB chief selector Inzamam ul Haq stepped down after an inquiry was ordered in the team's selection methods. This was after talks of conflict of interest arose, with him investing in a company that was managing players like Babar Azam, Shaheen Shah Afridi. And that resignation has just been accepted. The cricket system in Pakistan itself is on the cusp of an overhaul, and amidst all this come statements that really cap it all now. Last week, before India's match against South Africa, former Pakistan cricketer Hasan Raza made a startling accusation.
The way Siraj and Shami were swinging the ball, it seemed like the ICC or the BCCI were giving them different balls in the second innings. There needs to be an inspection done on the ball. There could also be an extra layer of coating on the ball for swing.
Right, but Hasan did not stop there. Not yet. He had more accusations to make.
We are seeing that when India are batting, they bat really well, and suddenly the ball starts doing things when India bowl. There have been 7 to 8 close DRS calls that have gone in their favour.
Questioning the DRS system itself. He said this after Ravindra Jadeja's review of the dismissal of Henry Klaasen in that match between India and South Africa at Kolkata. Claims of DRS being tampered to favour India. Well, that's some nice fiction story there. This preposterous claim was thankfully rubbished by one of his fellow compatriots and someone widely regarded as one of the legends of the sport, Wasim Akram.
I have been reading about it from the last couple of days. I want to have the same things these guys are having. Sounds like fun. Don't make fun of us in front of the world. Please keep those insults to yourself.
Of course, trying to make light of it by that statement, but imagine the anguish the legend must have been in when he had heard it. That he went on to explain the entire bowling process thereafter. That's how comical the situation is. But no, Hasan, neither the balls nor the DRS is being tampered with. That's not why India is winning. The Indian cricket team is playing some really good cricket. Just about everyone who has played the sport and is observing it now would realize that. And such comments have undoubtedly enraged some of the Indian players too. Though many would not pay heed to this or deem it with any response, Mohammed Shami was quick to retort to express his shock and indignation at such statements.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Sometimes you should enjoy the success of others. This is the ICC World Cup and not your local tournament. Even Wasim Akram explained it. You don't believe your own player?
His teammate R Ashwin responded to the bizarre claims in a rather interesting way. He shared an old video of Wasim Akram swinging an old ball in a match against New Zealand, reminding Pakistan of its own deeds. The banter has not been restricted only to players. Raza's remarks have stormed the internet. People on social media have been brutally trolling the former Pakistan cricketer. Well, I would simply conclude by saying that the scorecards are the best repartee to such wild allegations. All right, now the ICC World Cup has taken an interesting turn. As the semi-final nears, the stakes are higher than ever. And the journey to this crucial juncture was filled with nail-biters. It's time now when dreams will collide. Even the slightest mistake could ruin a team's aspirations. But for some, it goes way beyond that. It transcends the boundaries of cricket because it's more of a journey than a mere tournament. Journey of a personal battle that they have embarked on to conquer demons that lie beyond the apparent eye. Someone who fits perfectly into this narrative is Jasprit Bumrah. He was off the field for almost a year, the biggest break of his career. He's a silent character who knows how to weather a storm. For India, he's a trump card, the most crucial member in their top-notch bowling unit. Ahead of their last home stretch at the World Cup, here's his journey.
If there's a comeback story that this World Cup has witnessed, it has to be the unassuming pacer from India, Jasprit Bumrah. Like a stealthy assassin, he leaves a trail of destruction in his wake. All the doubts about his fitness and form that were cast on him have been silenced. If you look at him, he's now the go-to bowler for India. Here's why we're saying this. Look at his stats at the ongoing World Cup. He's been a part of India's playing 11 in all the 8 matches so far and has ranked up an impressive 15 wickets. His best bowling was during India's match against Afghanistan, where he scalped 4 wickets in just 39 runs. But beyond wickets, his bowling prowess also lies in accumulating dot balls. What's a dot ball in cricket? It's a delivery by a bowler where the batter fails to score any runs, and the person who's topping this chart is Bumrah. He has delivered 268 dot balls in 63.5 overs at the World Cup. So, out of his total 383 deliveries across all the matches, there were 268 balls in which no runs were conceded. That's a masterclass display when it comes to the art of fast bowling. This invaluable skill of accumulating dot balls creates pressure on the batters, leading them to take more chances and make errors. He forces his opposition to be on the back foot early on. Bumrah did just that during India's opener against Australia. Mitchell Marsh was taken down for a 6-ball duck. Then there was Ibrahim Zardan of Afghanistan, who faced Bumrah's wrath and was dismissed after scoring just 22 runs. In high-intensity matches as those in World Cups, when a team loses their opener or top-order batters, it often disrupts their game plan, and that's exactly what Bumrah does. His knack for removing top-order batters sets the stage for his fellow bowlers to capitalize on their vulnerabilities. However, his early breakthroughs are not just what he excels in. His tight bowling in death overs makes it challenging for the batters to score at the end of the innings. This compels his opposition to take risks, resulting in wickets. A full-length Yorker to Bangladesh's Mahmudullah saved his team from some crucial runs. His comeback at the World Cup is more personal than professional. It's a tale that will inspire many cricket fans worldwide. He has worked tirelessly during his rehabilitation and is now in his best form after a series of injuries that kept him out of field. When he wears the Indian jersey before a match, it's an informal declaration to his opponents that Bumrah's wrath is underway.
Now picture this. You wake up one day, switch on your favorite TV series, the one that keeps you glued to the TV screen and has you sitting on the edge of your seat. And then the most unthinkable of things happen. The show creators decide to wrap it all up, leaving you in a bit of a cliffhanger. No explanations, nothing to all of the loopholes, no satisfying conclusion. As if a really brilliant plot hit a sudden dead end. On the 9th of November, the cricket fraternity experienced just something like that. In a shocking turn of events, the sports world was rocked by an announcement that took everyone off guard. Made by one of the greatest cricketers. The captain of the Australian women's cricket team, Meg Lanning, said she was retiring from international cricket when she was just in her early 30s. And at the peak of her career, she said it was the right time to end her 13-year-old stint. Out of those 13 years, she captained the Australian women's cricket team for almost a decade. Australia had full faith in her leadership capabilities, and rightfully so. Perhaps that's why she became the country's youngest captain. She was 21 years back then when she took over. But her cricket acumen was like that of any acute and experienced player. So our Eye on Eve segment today is dedicated to her, a tribute to her remarkable achievements and just what made her so very special. She was much more than the legacy she leaves behind. Indeed, she's reached unprecedented heights. There's not a speck of doubt about it. Given her record-laden career and achievements, there's barely any room for any additional milestone. To give you some context, let's delve into some of her defining moments. Meg has represented Australia in a total of 241 matches. She has played 6 tests, 103 one-day internationals, with an exceptional average of 53.51 and 132 T20 internationals, with a total of over 4,000 runs. So she holds the record for most centuries in women's internationals. These personal achievements has had lasting impacts. She has been instrumental in elevating the standards of women's cricket globally. Under her leadership, Australia made rapid strides and emerged as a cricketing giant in the global stage. Nick Hockley, Cricket Australia chief executive on Meg Lanning, said that under Meg's leadership, the Australian women's cricket team has built a legacy of global dominance and has been at the forefront of growing the game and inspiring the next generation of cricketers all around the world. Now here's a look at some of the feats she achieved. She has bagged 7 World Cup titles. 5 of them came under her captaincy. Which other male cricketer can boast of that? She has also smashed a record number of centuries in her career. Out of the 17 centuries across all formats, 15 of those came in one-day internationals. She has won 146 times as Australia's captain across all formats. No captain has ever won so many in women's cricket. Meg also won 24 consecutive ODIs as a skipper between 2018 and 2021. That's the longest winning streak for any captain across both men's and women's internationals. Cricket and Meg are intertwined in ways that are hard to describe in words. This is just a little attempt that we are making here. Her exploits are just a minor reflection of the profound influence that she has had on cricket. That's why her goodbye is a tough one. What sets Meg Lanning apart is her humble nature. She said, firstly, I just want to say how lucky and privileged I've been to have been able to represent Australia and play the game that I love for so long. I grew up wanting to represent Australia and I had fun playing cricket. I loved it, and to be able to do it for 13 years has been an incredible opportunity for me. And I'm thankful for those opportunities. She often steps onto the field, soaks up all that pressure and puts up an incredible show. Off the field, she has advocated for the gender pay gap in professional cricket. The mega star might have taken a bow, but her sheen is far from being washed away. Even as she said goodbye, the strong, stoic Meg that we often have seen her to be choked back tears, and as she wrapped up her announcement, the press gathered, applauded, and understandably so. A binge-watch-worthy series just abruptly came to an end. Well, you could be world's #1 sports person, but that wouldn't stop the elderly members of your family from trying to protect you. This is our last serve, and on here we bring you something about Rachin Ravindra. He was at Bangalore, and of course that's his hometown of sorts. He visited his grandparents' home. The super cute video of New Zealand cricketer at his home in Bengaluru has left fans going gaga. Take a look. Well, all eyes are definitely on him, and that was quite a way of warding it all. But that about does it here on Firstpost. Thank you so much for staying with us and watching. Of course, it's a festive weekend here all over India. We're celebrating Diwali. So from all of us here to all of you out there, wishes for a very prosperous, love-filled and happy weekend and months to come. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely weekend. We'll see you again on Monday.